The federal government set a goal today of finding an effective treatment for Alzheimer's disease in just 13 years by 2025. More than 5 million Americans were living with Alzheimer's in 2010, and by 2050, it could be as many as 16 million. Dr. Jon LaPook has been following one couple's struggle with the disease.
Carol Daly is 68 years old and suffering from advanced Alzheimer's. Her husband, Mike, is a retired New York City cop now working at a local library. Every day he brings Carol to work because he can't leave her alone.
She just doesn't have the ability anymore to function independently. And she has to depend on me.
When we first met Mike and Carol in 2008, she was starting an experimental drug.
Let me ask you a question. How old are you?
65, yeah.
When we visited her nearly 2 years later, it was clear the therapy had failed.
How old are you?
How old am I?
How old?
80? No, I don't know.
And this afternoon,
How old are you?
I don't know.
the cruel fact is, Alzheimer's patients don't get better. At today's meeting in Washington, government advisors tried to set priorities for a national campaign to treat and manage the disease that is projected to cost more than $1 trillion by 2050. But the plan doesn't include any funding. Dr. Joshua Chodosh of UCLA studied the impact of Alzheimer's in California.
This is a crisis that's only going to grow enormously in the next 20 years, and now is the time to act, not when it's even worse than it is now.
The Dalys have been married for almost 48 years. He's frustrated by the lack of progress, but isn't ready to let go.
It's very difficult. I can't lose her.
No.
I pray to God that she goes before me.
A top priority will be arming doctors with tools to recognize symptoms early.
John, if there is no effective treatment, what does it matter if it's found early?
Well, Scott, the thinking is that right now we may have effective drugs, but we're giving them too late. It turns out that the changes in the brain actually start 10, 20 years before the symptoms. So we have to identify the symptoms early and give the drugs then. It's like with heart disease, right? If you wait for somebody to have 5 heart attacks and he's in heart failure and then you say, why don't we give some Lipitor? It's too late, okay? The same thing may be true for drugs for the treatment of Alzheimer's.
Thank you, John. For more information, go to our partner in health news, webmd.com, and search Alzheimer's.